Hello everybody and welcome back to another WorldBox video. Today we are going to have one demigod with all of these super good traits fight off 1,000 giants. And the giants are in the desert and the demigod is off in this here plains. But we have one more contender, Bob. Bob is a super buff zombie and he can really infect almost everybody. Eventually I am going to let Bob out of his little island cage here and he is going to go and wreak havoc on all of these other people. Let's speed this up real quick and let them develop. Okay, they've developed a decent amount. Let's see what the demigod nation looks like. This guy has acid proof, wise, got some bloodlust, which I don't think I gave to the original demigod. It's a little bit gluttonous, which I also don't think I gave. Meanwhile, the giants over here are already up to 1,600 population and they're doing a pretty good job expanding in terms of their houses and villages. Let's see what their king's like. Well, he is of course a giant. Got golden tooth, wise, scarf divinity because I spawned him in, and miracleborn once again because I spawned him in. Looks like the giants are doing well. Looks like the demigods are doing well. But let's test their strength. Here, demigods, I need you guys to fight off a couple bears. It seems the original demigod is coming in here, and look how strong this guy is. And he's even got weapons and armor now. This guy's gonna destroy these bears. Looks like the bears are killing a couple children before they die, though. Okay, the demigods took that pretty well. How about a couple bears over here? And it looks like they're just absolutely destroying the bears. Wow, they just completely took them out. So as far as which one's stronger, I would think the giants are still stronger. The demigods are definitely stronger than where they started off, though, with just one person. And let's go ahead and give them each a pocket of mithril ore. We'll give it right here to the demigods and right over here to the giants. Let's also feed Bob a little bit. Here, you can have a couple people to eat, a couple elves to eat, a couple dwarves, a couple orcs. Slow this down and see how this goes. Oh, all the groups of people are fighting each other, and Bob is looking to eat as many of them as possible. Come on, Bob, you gotta get at least a couple infecteds. There you go. Now everyone's infected. Let's do another test of their strength. Let's give each of them 2 evil mages. And this time, instead of spawning them in the middle, we'll send them off to the side, see what their army can do. Oh, that's a little more than 2. Oh well, though, let's give it a shot. Looks like they've got a pretty big army. Maybe they can take them. They absolutely cannot take the evil mages. They've killed most of the armies off on this side, so the giants are not doing a very good job repelling this attack. Let's go see how the demigods can deal with the same attack. Oh, looks like I actually spawned more in on the demigod side. I'm gonna give them a hand and I'm going to get rid of a couple of these guys. And it looks like the demigods are also not having such a good time, although I did see them kill one there. So they might be doing a bit better than the giants against small targets like this. There's another evil mage over here just getting beaten into the water repeatedly, but he's leveling up and healing himself. They're not having such a good time. They're gonna need the original demigod, who I am going to call Hercules. They're gonna need him to step in if they actually want to kill those guys. Otherwise, they're just not going to have a good time. Guys, what happened to Bob? They just got over here on this island. I haven't moved Bob or let him off yet, and yet there's a person here. Well, I guess they're gonna have to be the new Bob now. New Bob, new Bob, new Bob. And we'll call them Bob 2, as they should be. You know what? I think it's a good time to unleash Bob. The nations are pretty developed. They should actually have a chance to fight this off. So here's what I'm gonna do. I'm going to make a tiny path between the nations, and we'll see if Bob causes some havoc. It looks like Bob is immediately running towards the demigods, but doesn't know where to go. So I think they're going to have to walk into this little environmental hazard before any damage comes to them. Oh no. Well, it looks like the giants have just dropped off a whole crew of people. Maybe that's what happened to the last Bob, because he's already down 4,000 HP. Oh, there we go. The outbreak's starting and Bob is dead. Oh, the outbreak is not starting very well though. Let's see. I'm not certain if it's even going to get a hold of it. Wow. The giants did a really good job at just cutting it off right then and there. But now there is all this land in between, and the giants are really hungry for new land anywhere they can get it. Oh, it looks like the giants want to go to war with the demigods. I'm going to give the demigods a little bit of a hand here before this war starts because, quite frankly, I think they need it. They have a couple thousand less people and they're just not that strong. So I'm going to spawn demons along this land area here, so anyone who tries to go over over there to attack them gets wounded a little bit first. Or killed, you know. Or maybe they'll pick up a fire sword and use it to their own advantage. We'll see. Already, they're burning everything down. Yes, burn them all down, demons. Here, let's give the demons a bit of a power-up. Now, there should be a whole bunch of really large demons going around and just absolutely beating the crap out of the giants. I'm sure they'll be fine, though. Now, they are attacking the demigods, and it looks like they're sending in an army of about 5 people. It looks like the demigods are the first ones to take over some land, just a little bit of the bridge land here. Now, they're almost even in terms of how much area they have. Meanwhile, the demons over here are causing absolute havoc. The giants do seem like they're killing a couple of them, but they aren't killing all of them, and they have caused a lot of damage around here. I want to see if they end up picking up a ton of fire swords. Their whole army's on fire as they try and fight these demons. Oh, there's one with a fire sword. Yep, a couple of them have picked up fire swords, and fire swords are some of the strongest weapons in the game. And it looks to me like the demigods are coming in here and trying to fight the giants, but the giants just have absolutely overwhelming numbers. Thousands upon thousands of people. It looks to me like we need to give them a bit more of a hand. So let's give the demigods their birthright then. Okay, we got together a bunch of their armies and their sheep and all of this other stuff. And I have a whole bunch of traits here that I gave to the original demigod. Keep in mind here, regeneration and bubble defense are not on here because paired with super health, it basically causes invincibility. But other than that, they have practically every good trait in the game. If they can't win this now, I don't know what to tell you. Oh my gosh, I just blew them all up. I just blew up half of the nation of the demigods because one died at the exact moment there and he had Death Nuke and it caused a chain reaction. Okay, let's turn off Death Nuke and Energized and try this again because now the demigods are really going to need my help because I thought I was helping them and what I was actually doing was hindering them. Let's give them all this and let's give them power up. They should only have like 10 army members in here. You'll see that a whole bunch of these people are actual children. All right, now we're seeing like 1,000 quote-unquote giants going against the demigods. It looks to me like the demigods are losing even after those massive benefits I just gave them of giving them pretty much as much help as I possibly could. This one's got a fire sword now. All right, looks like the demigods actually won there and now they're taking over some land. Once again, that was only like 20 troops that actually got the trait. Everyone else was like a child or civilian or something. And the giants still haven't killed off all those demons I put against them. Now, I'm feeling a little bit bad for the giants. I hurt them a little bit too much. So let's give them a hand here as well. Let's give them back their birthright. Should have giant again. And we should also give them power up. That way they're true giants. Okay, there we go. Now they're nice and large, and they are still absolutely destroying the giants. Honestly, I think the big size before might have been one of the major things that were hurting them. I know what will fix this. Let's start a real zombie invasion. Right over here. And let's spawn a bunch right over here as well. Looks like the giants are coming in here and trying to retake their land. They're doing a pretty good job at it. They did it. But the demigods are still down here. It even looks like one has an evil staff to go with all of their super strong traits. Oh, but it looks like the giants used a sneak attack and they took over some of the demigods' land. What's happening over here? The zombie invasion is going well. Looks like it's taken over about a quarter of the giants so far, and it's continually spreading. The army members are trying to fight off the demigods while the zombies are attacking them from behind. How about over here in the demigods? Where are their zombies? Well, I am not seeing any zombies, and seeing as the demigod should have so many super strong people now, I need to give them a bit of a hand. And by a bit of a hand, I mean I need to place a bunch of dragons on them. They should be fine, right? Over here, the giants are actually able to beat off some of the demigods, but they are just not having a good time. The zombie invasion is continually infecting all their people. It has hit critical mass, and it is just infecting everybody. Oh, and look at all the dragons causing havoc on the demigods. Now, the demigods have not lost much population because of this, but many of their homes are gone, many of their farms, their trees, but it seems like their army members are actually doing a very good job destroying the dragons. And it looks like the giants are still trying to fight off just a few of the demigods and having a very hard time. But so far, the giants are getting more messed up by the zombies than anything. The demigods are pretty negligible compared to that. Now, I have got a great idea. What if we go ahead and we take this magnet and we just scoop up pretty much everyone along the map? So this little swirl here contains most of the people on the map, including most of the zombies and all the other fun stuff. So let's go ahead, place them all right down there, and see what happens. Oh, it's a big ball of fire. This doesn't include everybody, but I just want to see what happens here. I'd imagine they'll all turn into zombies except for the ones with immunity, who will then get completely stacked out. Wow, it actually looks like they're getting rid of all the zombies. Wow, good job, you guys. It also looks like the demigods are taking over most of the areas where the giants are at here. How about that dragon invasion down here? How's that going? There shouldn't be many people left down here, but there seems to be no more dragons left down here as well. And the giants are down to 500 people. Honestly, mostly because I helped out the demigods at the end of the day. The giants would have won easily otherwise. And also because the zombie invasion just went way better in their land. I tried to tone it back with a dragon invasion, but these guys were way stronger than I thought they'd be. Oh, and that's just sad. The giants don't really have much going for them. Their king was a child, and he got turned into a zombie. But in the meantime, we can see if the demigods get completely consumed by this gray goo before they can kill off the giants. But they're doing a pretty good job over here killing off all of the giants, especially this guy with the evil wand. He can't get hurt by fire, so he's especially well off with it. The giants are almost gone. They're backed into that corner. Let's spawn some more gray goo up here. Oh, and they took over the giants. The demigods have won after much interference from myself. Now, if you liked this video, make certain to subscribe for more and click on one of the videos up on the screen. See you guys